Shalom, shalom. Shalom, shalom. Shalom, everybody that's watching. Shalom, shalom. Shalom to everybody that could be watching on YouTube or on Facebook. Right? Hold on one second. I'm going to try to make this video. Yeah. Yep, that worked. I'm going to try to make this video straight to the point. Lord willing is edifying. Quick. Right before work. So first and foremost, I want to give all praise to the Most High, Yahweh, Bashim, Yahushai, Bashim, Kakodash. Yahweh being the Most High God, and Yahweh Shai is who the world only calls Jesus the Christ. We want to give double honors. Honor is due to the apostles and the elders and great millstone who bear with the wealth of the Spirit, bring the 400% of the Most High's doctrine to the best of the ability, starting with Elder Tahara on down. That's teaching His word and believing His word, and for the hopeful elect scattered four corners of the earth, in congregations and out congregations. Lord willing, the Most High continue to have you endure, and to continue to have you believe in His word and teaching His word. And one day we will all be singing the same song. And for the wives and the single sisters out there that's pursuing to be a virtuous, loving, and silent wife, Lord willing, the Most High continue on that journey to pursue to be a virtuous woman. And Lord willing, He can continue to have it on your spirit to be a believer of this word. And Lord willing, the Most High have mercy on other brothers and sisters that's not in the faith. So the title of this video, Lord willing, straight to the point. It says, every man follows his own imagination of his own wicked heart. Now that just made me think of another one. Jeremiah 17. I guess I'll start off with this one. Because you can't even trust the heart. A lot of us, men, women, and men, a lot of us go off the heart. We go off emotions and feelings. Our decisions. It's not really of the spirit. You know what I'm saying? And I understand we were in the flesh, but if you know you're in the flesh and you desire things of above, you're going to always pursue to be better, right? It's Jeremiah 17, verse 9. It says, the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? It's a question. I, Yahweh Shemashai, search the heart. I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings. Shalom, Yahweh Sab, Yahweh Shemashai Brakatan. Right? So the heart is deceitful, and the Lord is checking what's on your heart. So this is Baruch chapter 1, verse 19. It says, since the day that since the day that Yahweh Shemashai brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt, which means bondage, unto this present day, we have been disobedient unto Yahweh Shemashai, our power, and we have been negligent in not hearing His voice. Now, you always are going to be reminded of Egypt. Egypt is the first important captivity. It's so many gems and Jews that's in there that you have to know, right? The spiritual attribute, you got to understand Pharaoh. You got to understand the Lord showing His power. So if He's doing that there, He's going to do that in this last captivity. And that's why it says to this present day. Yes, they are in Babylon. We are in the daughter of Babylon, right? So at the end of the day, ain't nothing new under the sun. Scriptures is dealing with Israel throughout all their generations, right? And we're still disobedient now. That's why we got to remember what happened in Egypt. That's why you need to read. Hearing His voice is hearing the men of the Lord teach, because the Lord will do nothing but reveal His secrets unto the prophets, right? And every last one of us should be hearing what the men of the Lord is saying, right? And there's different varieties of men of the Lord. Lord willing, the Lord will draw you to the right solid teachers, right? But this is Amos 3:7. Surely Yahweh Shemashai power would do nothing, but he revealeth his secrets unto his servants, the prophets. Right? He didn't reveal them to nobody else. When you go to Daniel, the second chapter, Daniel was revealed the secrets of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Let me see if they're going. I don't think they're going to give it to me in here. Well, I'm going to go to it. Daniel chapter 2, right? The Lord is going to reveal his secrets to his prophets. And if you're not ordained to be, you're not going to understand. Man, I ain't gonna lie. There's a lot of meat in this thing that will go over a brother's head, right? Yeah, I'm gonna read this whole clip, verse 19. This is Daniel chapter 2, verse 19. And it says on top, the secret is revealed to Daniel. What did we just read in Amos 3 and 7? The Lord would do nothing but he reveal his secrets unto his prophets. Then was the secret revealed unto Daniel in a night vision. Then Daniel blessed the God of heaven because Nebuchadnezzar had a dream, right? Daniel answered and said, blessed be the name of the Most High, and his name in ancient Hebrew is Yahweh, and his son is Yahushai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Forever and never, for wisdom and might are his. And he changeth the times and the seasons. He removeth kings and set up kings. I always go to this scripture because it's very important that everybody on this earth, everybody in their house know the Lord set up kings and remove kings. He is not stopping until Jacob's new beginning. And Yahushua is going to be placed as a king forever. And who's going to be under him? The apostles, and then the elect 144,000, that is the government, and the 1/3, right? The great multitude, right? And set up kings, right? So he's going to remove kings and set up kings. And he's been doing this throughout history. This is a very important part. It says he giveth wisdom unto the wise and knowledge to them that know understanding. Shalom, shalom, my brother Daniel is in the building. It says he revealeth the deep and the secret things. He knoweth what is in darkness, and the light dwelleth with him, right? And this is why brothers should be desiring the secret things, right? Brothers should always uphold on them, regardless whatever you're doing in your life, let alone wives, right? The women that's next to you is going to encourage you to stick with wisdom, stick with your first love, right? Khan King, right? A wife is going to balance it out. Most women are motivation in this thing, right? But at the end of the day, is a saying that everybody say, man, I got excuse my language, I got my McNuggets and my that's all I got, right? But when you really a servant of the Lord, you really got the scriptures, you got comfort, right? Let alone you have brotherhood, right? Brotherhood is one of the most important things in this thing. But we're here to correct, we're here to build with each other, right? And we need to know that wisdom is going to be revealed, let alone in this time that we're in right now, right? So back to Baruch, but I'm gonna go to Jeremiah chapter 7 real quick. Right, Jeremiah chapter 7. And we're gonna go to verse 25 and 26. Like I said, Lord willing, it's just like straight to the point. Right, Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 25 and 26. It says, the day that our father, Slaki, in the day that your fathers came forth, Shalom, King, Shalom, Yahweh, since the day that your fathers came forth out of the land of Egypt, you see, they keep saying it again. Unto this day, I have even sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, daily rising up early and sending them. Yet ye hearken not unto me, nor incline their ears, but harden their heart. They did worse than their fathers. Now, some people think, oh, I need the Lord to speak to me. I don't need a man, right? No, the Lord is not working in your Shabbat fantasy. The Lord is going to actually use prophets, apostles, evangelists, teachers in this word he is going to send to declare his word, declare his message, right? And if you're not listening to the men of the Lord, you're not listening to the Most High. The men of the Lord is not dwelling in a damn church. They come to me. The men of the Lord is going to you, let alone, yes, they're going to go on social media, because now we're in a time where social media is like the thing to get business, to get the word around the town. Internet. right? And you can't be a couch potato. Now, it is certain times the Most High might sit you down, or He might not make you a teacher. But if you have that on you, Lord willing, hey, some brothers might only be good at the milk. Some brothers might only be good at parables or dark sayings or prophecies, or the Lord might increase you and let you be good and be a variety, right? And if you have a variety of precepts, knowledge, and the scriptures, you should be feeding the flock. You should feel guilty to yourself that you're not feeding, because the Lord called us for a mission, right? And even though every time we go out to this mission, nobody listened, but you have a few, because we're only here for the elect. We're not here for everybody, right? Let's hurry up and go back. Baruch chapter 1, verse 20. It says, wherefore, Salaki, it says, wherefore the evils cleave unto us, and the curse which Yahweh Shemashai pointed by Moses, his servant, at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt. He gave us a land that floweth with milk and honey, like as it is to see this day, right? And you have to know, Deuteronomy 28, verse 1 to, no, Deuteronomy 28, 15, 16, all the way to 68 is the curses, right? Let alone St. John 7 and 49. He that don't know of the law is cursed, right? And it says fathers. Why didn't it say mothers? Because who is the head of this? Who is the head of the foundation of the church, right? The men. The Lord is dealing with his flock, which are men. The men make the balance in all things. The woman is under the man. So the Most High goes to the source, right? But we always have to remember our first captivity, right? Simple. But some people it might go over some people's head, right? This is Daniel chapter 28. And dang, I ain't gonna go through all of them. I ain't gonna go through all of them, but just some of them, right? Deuteronomy 28, verse 15, it says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of Yahweh Shemashai thy power, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Especially if you know, especially in every place, Babylon, Greek, Rome, freaking in the hands of the Arabs, Africans, and then coming to America. Every time in the beginning of this thing, all the way to the end, we were cursed in the city and cursed in the field. We were always working for our oppressors. You come to America, go watch the movie Goodbye, Uncle Tom, right? We were always cursed in the city and the field, right? If you can go look up black communities. Look up black communities on YouTube that turned into rivers, right? It's certain places they flooded because blacks were growing businesses. It was husbands with their wives. Central Park in New York, that park, that was a whole community right in that big ass square. They put a park over it. I forgot the names. There's certain rivers that was a black community, and somehow, some way, they flooded it with water. Hey, don't let it go over your head. It says, curse shall be thy basket in thy store, right? Let alone, we don't have our people that's at these stores, and now they spraying GMO, the pestilence. My one brother Asher, man, they put in freaking roaches or some type of shellac stuff that has freaking roaches or insects that you shouldn't be eating in your food, on your vegetables. And hey, this is why you have to observe, right? I'm gonna try to go down to some other ones, but Deuteronomy chapter 15 all the way to 68. I'm gonna start at 44, right? It says, he shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee and overtake thee till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh Shemashai thy power, to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, upon thy seed forever. And there's a lot of people that would say this don't deal with Israel. It said upon thy seed forever. And then this is forever until Esau's kingdom is destroyed. So forever, ever, just like they said in Outcast, forever, ever, forever, ever, until Hamashiach Yahushua come. That's the only way these curses will be uplifted, right? But people that don't get Deuteronomy 28, hey, the Lord might not be dealing with you on that level. If you can't get it, it is easy as 1, 2, 3, right? The whole Deuteronomy is dealing with the whole 12 tribes. And at certain points, especially like 68, that deals with the slave ships, a lot of us did go on slave ships to come to America. We went to the Caribbeans. We went to a lot of places on ships. It fit the descriptions of the Southern Kingdom, right? But you have to know all Israel was scattered and deported here and here. So we're not going to ever see our homeland, right? But at the end of the day, if you don't get it, I can't force you. Lord willing, you can. Right? Let's get one more. Right? Verse 50. I'm gonna start at 49. It says, Yahweh Shemashai shall bring a nation against thee from far and from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth. Salaki. Hello? Hello?
Hello there.
Okay, as swift as the eagle flieth. Right? Now, I don't know if y'all know in all the attributes of every rulership, the so-called Testu Monkey Edomites ruled, they had a symbolic eagle, an eagle that symbols them, right? Let alone if you look at Mount Seir, when they built their foundation in a cave, they even used it in the movie Transformers. They got eagle statues. Let alone your dollar bill. Is other statues that they got in America that they always use an eagle. That always been their symbol. It says, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fiercer countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. Hey, and that is the Grecians, the Romans, and Americans. But all nations had their level of bullshit. But this nation he is talking about is the so-called nation of Idumea. The Lord is slick with his words, and sometimes they go over people's head, right? Let me see. Daniel chapter 9, verse 11. It says, yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey. If you got to ask something, go downstairs. Yeah, all Israel have transgressed thy law, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore, the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him. People don't want to hold on to it. Yes, we talk, well, how else do you sin? Because you transgress the laws of the Most High. That's plain and simple. That's the reason why Yahushua had to die for us, right? Be that great sacrifice. But just because he came do not mean don't rehearse the righteous acts to the best of your ability. You should try. Right now, look, Lord willing, I could do a lesson in the future because I've seen it, right? Jacob trouble is going to be worse than slavery. Every captivity you ever been in, Jacob's trouble is going to be worse than that. And you're going to wish you coulda, shoulda, woulda, coulda actually got your mind right, right? This is Exodus chapter 3, and I believe we're going to verse 8. It says, I am come down to deliver them out of the hand of the Egyptians, and to bring them up out of the land unto a good land and a large, and unto a land flowing with milk and honey, unto the place of the Canaanites, the Hittites, and the Amorites, and the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites. Now, when we actually switch these things over, in the time when Yahushua come, he's going to be like the position of Moses. He's going to take us out of this Egypt and bring us, let alone when Israel left Egypt, they were in the wilderness. When Yahushua come, he's going to establish us in the wilderness, right? And then all things is going to roll just like they did in past 10, right? It's levels to get in the kingdom, right? Lord willing, through the future, me or my brothers can do a video on the second wilderness. But everything ain't nothing under the sun. The same thing that happened back then is going to happen in this time. It's going to be different, but it's going to be the same, right? And we need our deliverer to take us out of this bullshit, right? So verse 20, 21, it says, Salaki. Right. It says, nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of Yahweh Shemashai, our power, according unto all the words of the prophets, whom he sent unto us. But every man followed the imagination of his own heart to serve strange gods and to do evil in the sight of Yahweh Shemashai. And we go by our own imaginations right now. Hey, weed comes from the earth, so I can smoke that. And that's the same of what we already read in Jeremiah chapter 7, verse 25 and 26, and Daniel chapter 9 and 6. So since we already read that, I am just going to show you in past tense. We did the same thing before the Babylonian captivity, before Rome, during Rome, before America, during America. We did the same thing over and over and over again. So I'm going to start at 10. It says, and also all that generation were gathered unto their fathers, and there arose another generation after them, which knew not Yahweh Shemashai, nor yet the works which he had done for Israel. And the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahweh Shemashai, and served Baalim. And they forsook Yahweh Shemashai power of their fathers, which brought them out of the land of Egypt. Reminding you again, followed other gods, the gods of the people that were round about them, and bowed themselves unto them, and provoked Yahweh Shemashai to anger. They forsook Yahweh Shemashai and served Bala and Ashtaroth, which is a fertility god, and she represents freedom, but she represents sex, right? False idols. And you can go to Wisdom of Solomon. It deals with chapter 14 deals with all idolatry. It says, and the anger of Yahweh Shemashai was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoilers that spoiled them, and he sold them into the hands of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer and before their enemies, right? So the Lord gave us to all these oppressors from old, ancient, to that time being all the way to the modern time right now. And we are spoiled like milk. Whithersoever they went out, the hand of Yahweh Shemashai was against them for evil, as Yahweh Shemashai had said, and as Yahweh Shemashai had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. And this is why the real men of the Lord, the real elect, whoever you may be, and the sisters, they are stressing. Sisters is tired of this shit, and men is. Right, but it's not gonna lie. It's more easy for men to come serve the Lord than women. Right, verse 15 it says, "Whithersoever they went out, the hand of Yahweh Shemashai was against them for evil, as Yahweh Shemashai had said, and as Yahweh Shemashai had sworn unto them, and they were greatly distressed. Nevertheless, Yahweh Shemashai raised up judges, which delivered them out of the hand of those that spoiled them." Now, right now, we have the prophets and the apostles who is constantly going out trying to give out the edification in the highways and byways and using social media, right? Right now, we're about to be in a time where wickedness is going to get worse, and they're going to make fake clouds just to block out the sun. And the next minute is going to be breathing crazy. Next minute, you know, it's going to be a famine of like the food is going to be a problem. And some people are like, yo, this brother, man, what are you talking about? That didn't happen yet. So let me live life. I'm telling you, me and being honest, there's a lot of men, especially when this shit happened, and then you start coming out the woodworks. Hey, yo, the spirit might draw that brother not to give you a damn scripture. Hey, just go to my YouTube. Just go to the YouTube. Hey, the internet. Hey, look, I try to, the men of the Lord is going to be thinking about their household, right? And a lot of us take it for granted. A lot of us take the word of Yahweh Shemashai for granted. Hey, and that's the spirit of old, right? Let me get that. I gotta go. I have to go. I have to get out of here. But precepts is coming, man. Lowell and I can do another video at work. This Limitations chapter 5, verse 5. It says, our necks are under persecution. We labor and have no rest. We have given the hand to the Egyptians, the southern kingdom, and to the Assyrians, the northern kingdom, to be satisfied with bread. Our fathers have sinned and are not, and we have borne their iniquities, right? Servants have ruled over us. There is none that doeth deliver us out of their hands, right? Nobody delivered us out of our oppressor's hands, right? And the only way we can get this, I'm gonna make this be my last one. I have to slide up out of here, right? This is Luke chapter 1. Verse 68. It says, blessed be Yahweh Shemashai, power of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people, and have raised up in horn of salvation a king and a power, which that's what horn means, which is Yahushai, for us in the house of his servant David, as he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. Right? This is declaring the beginning. The Lord always used the prophets, just like the Lord used Yahushai, the Lord used the angels, and then on earth, the Lord used his apostles and his prophets, his teachers. Right? It says that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us, to perform the mercy, compassion, promise to our fathers, and to remember his holy covenant, the oath which he swore to our father Abraham, right? That he would grant unto us that we being delivered out of the hand of our enemies might serve him without fear, right? Our enemies is four corners of the earth, right? Our enemies is round about us. Our enemies is in front of us. If you don't get it, I can't make you. Lord willing, this was edifying, straight to the point. I love you to the kingdom and never back. Shalom, Israel. Lord willing, you can continue to have a blessed day. Hey, if not, take a minute and go pray to the Lord. Till next time, shalom.